you need to be able to do that with yourself too. You need to have a knowing and believing that things can and will work out towards you being your best self, towards a bright future, towards the place that you hope to be. With that in mind, you're going to shy away from those things of saying, oh, what if this happens? What that happens? And then ask, well, what if the things I'm hoping for does happen? What difference is that going to make for me? Now, just think right now of a scenario in your mind of something that you're hopeful for, something that you want to achieve. And feel how differently it feels in your body when, first of all, you think about if it goes wrong. Think about, oh, if this goes wrong, how does that feel? It feels so tight. And even right now in my chest, I feel a tightness, even just saying that. Now, think, what happens if this all ends up right and exactly what I hope for? That kind of gives us an excited feeling like, wow, what if that happens? What difference would it make? You see, you want to feel that. You want to help your child feel that. It's important that you allow yourself to feel that way so you can inspire your child to do the very same thing. But it takes us making a choice. It takes us saying, I want to be a hopeful parent. I want to choose to be a hopeful parent. Will you choose to be a hopeful parent? Will you commit to being a hopeful parent? This is something that you can decide today, you can commit to within your life with the hope of knowing that it will make such a big difference, not only in your life, but the life of your family. If so, you're choosing something that you're going to need to continuously choose again and again and again. I choose to be a hopeful parent. I choose to believe in the things that maybe I don't even yet see or know. I will choose to believe in those things because I'm a hopeful parent. Why will you need to do that over and over again? Because fear is going to want to creep up. Fear is going to want to attack you. It's not just going to leave you alone. You're going to have those thoughts. Oh, this could go wrong. Oh, that could go wrong. And your job is going to be to take that thought captive, to notice it and say, not today. And take that fearful thought and just push it away from you and say, wait a minute, I am a hopeful parent. And being a hopeful parent, I am going to choose to think and then think that hopeful thought that you know that you need to think. Now, when you journal, you can write down your high quality thoughts that you want to think about each and every circumstance that makes you feel a little anxious and worried, because then you are ready. You're ready with a different thought that you're going to think instead. You know, if you just sit around going, well, I'm not going to be fearful anymore. I'm not. What does our mind do? Our mind thinks about the fear. But if we say, what am I going to think instead? That is a powerful way for you to move into being a parent that is hopeful, a hopeful parent. You will never regret that decision. You will always know that because I'm a hopeful parent, now my child knows that I have their back. Not once, not twice, not because I think that they might flop on their face and I'm going to bring up all of those negatives. They know that no matter how many mistakes, they have my back. No matter how many blunders I might have or twists I take in the road, my parent believes in me. That's the big difference in hope, isn't it? The difference is that you choose to believe in your child against all odds. No matter what, you choose to believe in them. You will know that my child will come to me. I mean, if your child has a choice when the world hits them and the ups and downs of life and they begin to have their own fears creep up, who are they going to go to? You certainly don't want them just to have conversations with their own thoughts. You want them to feel comfortable coming to you. And when they do, you want them to walk away with a higher level of hope. if you want that to be that parent, you're like, yeah, of course I want to build hope up in my child. Then you start by being hopeful with your own dreams and then hopeful in them, hopeful in the best version the best picture of them that you could ever picture them being when they grow up. You believe in it each and every day, no matter where they are at this current moment in their life. I've seen the power in this time and time again. I've seen how children begin to change their attitude towards their parents. They go from saying, oh, my mom doesn't even understand me. My father doesn't even like talking to me, to, I think they understand me and they want the best for me. That comes when a parent makes the choice to be hopeful in each and every given situation. So how can you build more hope in your life? Is there a simple formula? Yes, there is. I believe that a solution-focused mindset being practiced day in and day out is the very best way for us to be hopeful parents, for us to be hopeful human beings. This same practice that I'm going to share right now works for your workplace. If you feel like you are dragged down when you go to work and you have absolutely no hope, maybe it's your mindset that needs to shift. How in the world can you do that though? You can do that by doing what I call, by having what I call a GPS life, being able to GPS your life. Now, those of you that have already picked up my journals, I have a few more coming out in July and August that are solution focused and inspires you and encourages you to be able to free write as much as you can using the GPS life system. What is the GPS life system? Well, if you've ever looked up on your phone how to get somewhere, you know the power of what a GPS will do for you in that situation. It helps you get where you want to go, right? Well, when you GPS your life, you're designing where you want to go. And the acronym is this. G stands for gather. Gather the information and the thoughts that you have about something without any judgment. Gather, and when you do, include your best hopes. This is when you want to ask yourself, what does a hopeful future look like for me? What does my best hopes really look like if they were completely accomplished? And you gather all of those thoughts. What else? What else? What else? Writing them down helps. Thinking about them as you're driving helps. Use your phone and voice note whenever you come up with an amazing vision of your future. Gather all of those thoughts. Don't let them just fly right out of your mind. When you see a quality in your child that you're like, that's an amazing quality that they have, you keep that in your mind. You gather that as something that gives you energy that you're going to put towards being your hopeful self. Then P stands for plan. And you plan with purpose because you have gathered all of your hopeful thoughts and you know what your best hopes are. You plan with purpose. What can you do to get closer to that best version of yourself? What can you do to get closer to your best hopes? That's your plan. That's your goal. That's your ability to choose the very next steps that you're going to do to get you closer. It could be something so very, very small. It might be something that you're going to do less of. I'm going to choose to stop complaining, and I'm going to instead say things that are positive. That is going to get me closer to being a parent that can be proactive and positive and not so negative, because I want my child to see that version of me. You see, it all works together. If